If you haven't heard of the game Dave the Diver, then you are missing out. Dave the Diver released on June 28th for Steam. It is a casual adventure game with both an ocean and a cooking theme, which is quite unique. And you guys know what a sucker I am for ocean-themed games, so I've been playing the heck out of Dave the Diver over this past week. And I thought I would share some game basics to help you decide if Dave the Diver might be a game you would like to play. And for those of you who are new to the game, I am going to share some beginner tips to help get you started. What the heck is this Dave the Diver game all about? Well, I'm here to help with that. You are a diver and you explore an ocean area known as the Blue Hole. Don't question it, just go with it during the day. Searching for treasures and catching fish for your restaurant. Yes, you manage a sushi restaurant at night. Cobra is the owner, and you are at his beck and call as his diver who catches the ingredients for his fresh sushi. There are humorous side quests that help to tell the story of the Blue Hole and all of the secrets that it holds. It sounds cozy, and for the most part it is, but beware that there are dangerous sea creatures who want to eat you. They want to see you dead. They do not want to become your sushi. So if you like a bit of adrenaline pumping action balanced with some relaxing gameplay where you get to make a lot of decisions, then this might be a game that you will enjoy. Let's take a look at the three main interfaces you have to manage your game: your boat, the restaurant, and your phone apps. At the stern of the boat, that's the back, you see a little yellow diver's box that will contain your inventory items that you are storing, as well as the weapons that you currently have equipped. If you want to change what weapon you have equipped, you can go ahead and change that here before you dive. You also will see Cobra standing on your boat. He's not helping at all, but he is there if you want to talk to him and shoot the breeze. And after you complete a few of the beginning quests, his shop will open. He has several items available each day. You can purchase them if you would like to use them throughout your dives. Keep in mind that whatever you purchase is only available to use for one day. You also can sell some of your excess items to him if you would like to make a little bit of gold. His prices aren't real great, but if you have too many of one item, it can be worth it to sell it to him. At the end of the day, when you are all finished diving, you can go to the bow and drive away to Bancho Sushi and get to work at the restaurant. Your evenings will be spent at Bancho Sushi. Your sushi chef is Bancho, and I guess you are the sous chef, but you also get all the ingredients, so you are pretty vital to this process. Before you can open the restaurant, you need to make sure to add items to the menu, and these items will change based upon what you have caught during the day, what you still have on hand, as well as other ingredients needed for the dishes. As you level up, you can research new recipes to add to the menu. You can even hire staff, which you will be so grateful for as you level up and your restaurant becomes busier and busier and you just can't keep up with anything anymore. You can also see what ingredients you have on hand, and finally, you can decorate your sushi restaurant as well. Your phone contains some pretty important apps. You have your weapon shop where you can use the objects that you have collected to craft new weapons. You have the iDiver app to enhance your equipment, which is very important. Cooksta is your social media, and it tells you all the comments that people have left for your restaurant as well as your current rank. You have your to-do list in case you forget what your current objectives are while you are diving. Marinka shows you all of the different aquatic creatures that you have collected, murdered. Your game settings can also be controlled through the app. There is also a management app which contains a ton of information about how your restaurant is currently operating, your staff, the ingredients, the profit, loss, that sort of thing. I guess that's important. There are lots of other apps, but those are the main ones that will help you in the day-to-day of this game loop. Here are some beginner diver tips to help you start the game. First of all, I highly recommend staying shallow and going after the simpler fish. You're not going to have good equipment. You're not going to be able to dive deeply. Your weapons are going to be pretty much bare bones to start with. Stay shallow and practice using your harpoon gun. It will take a bit of finessing, there's a learning curve to it, but if you can figure out how to capture the smaller fish, it will be much easier to aim at the larger fish, and they will take a lot more hits to take down, and you're going to want to upgrade your weapons before you do that. Make sure to keep an eye on your oxygen gauge. Generally, when I get around 30 oxygen left, I tend to look towards going to the surface and finishing my dive. And like I said at the beginning, you're just not going to have good equipment. You're not going to have much oxygen. You're not going to be able to carry much weight. Monitor that data down there and don't try to be a hero. Secondly, know when to be aggressive and when to be a weenie. If you see a larger fish that you want to go after and you have a gun with enough bullets that you think you can take it down, and you have a decent amount of oxygen, you're not too deep, then go for it. If you see an escape pod nearby, or oxygen, or ammo, then you know you can engage in riskier behavior and go after those larger fish. However, if your oxygen has become depleted, your equipment isn't upgraded, you are low on ammo, you're injured, you might want to look towards resurfacing or finishing up your dive by capturing the smaller, easier fish. Third, upgrade your gear. I highly recommend when you are beginning, save as much money as you can and put that into your equipment. You will need to hire staff too, you'll have other expenses, but save some of that money to improve your air tank. That will allow you to have more oxygen and to dive longer and to find more stuff as a result and to go deeper. Speaking of going deeper, the diving suit will increase the depth limit that you can dive. Your cargo box can be upgraded so that you can carry more weight, because that will hinder you quite a bit in the beginning. And you can also upgrade your harpoon gun. Remember, that's not your weapon. Your weapon you will have to craft in the app using items that you have gathered. Fourth, chests and pots. While you are diving, you will find random loot. Basically, that's what it is. You can open the chests, you can open these pots, you will find ingredients that you can use in your recipes at the restaurant, as well as new weapons. You can unlock new weapon blueprints. There will be weapon enhancements. You never know what you're going to find, but be careful because some of these chests are placed near dangerous creatures, eels, sharks, triggerfish, and you will have to fight to get to the chest, so make sure that you are equipped to do that. Finally, let's get into some tips that involve managing your restaurant. Let's talk about making money. First and foremost, I highly advise that you don't stress about money to the point where you are not enjoying the game. Because the whole point of the game is to enjoy it. You want to play the game, right? And if you place too much emphasis on your rating, how much money you're making, having a ton of items on your restaurant's menu, you are just going to work yourself to the bone and you are not going to enjoy the game. Following this philosophy, you might not maximize your income, but unless you are speedrunning the game, just enjoy yourself. One money-making tip that I wish I knew before is turning on auto supply. So if you go into your menu and add something to the menu, you get to choose a quantity. If you're choosing, say, 6 of something, then Bancho is going to make 6 of that, and if they're not sold, then it gets wasted. However, if you just pick one of the item, even though you have many that you could sell of that dish, and then turn on auto supply, Bancho will make one after it is sold. So at the end of the day, you still are going to potentially waste one of each dish that you turn on auto supply for, but it should save you from wasting beyond that, if that makes sense. So turn on auto supply if you want to waste less, and you can edit your menu while your restaurant is operating if you need to add new things. Also note that even if all of your sushi items that you place on the menu sell out, you will always still have the default norimaki sushi and the green tea to sell to customers. You just won't make as much money. The second restaurant tip is hire staff. As soon as you can, hire someone to help you because the restaurant is going to be getting so busy. You are not going to be able to hire staff right off the bat. You have to wait until you complete Yoshi's shark head quest. You will have to kill a shark and then use the shark head and make a sushi that she is asking for. It sounds disgusting. Once you serve that to her, you will unlock the ability to hire staff. And you have different methods of hiring them, different types of ads that you can place. I'm still experimenting with those. But supposedly the more money you spend on the ad, the higher quality candidates you will get. And you can peruse those resumes, decide who you want to hire. I would suggest balancing out the different abilities of your staff so that they mesh well and give you the best rating and service that you can get for your restaurant. You're going to have to wait until you have more money and until you level up in order to get better staff, but you can spend money on training your staff and that will make them more competent at running your restaurant. Also note, whenever you have VIPs in your restaurant and they have made a special request for a certain dish, what can happen is your staff will accidentally give that dish to one of your regular customers, and then you'll have to complete that quest all over again if you have to get a certain fish and you're all out of it. So whenever a VIP requests something, just stand by Bancho and make sure you are getting the plates from him, and hopefully you will get one of that dish and then you can serve it personally to your VIP and make sure that quest is completed. Finally, let's talk about the Cooksta app. This is the social media app on your phone. You can think of it as a mix of Instagram and Google reviews. It's where your restaurant makes its posts as well as customers post pictures and reviews of their experiences at Bancho Sushi. There are multiple different tier levels that you can reach, and once you do so, it unlocks certain rewards such as being able to hire more staff. There are various requirements, and it starts out fairly easy with just followers and good ratings, and then it gets a little bit harder, including something called best taste. That you will have to level up through enhancing dishes. Take a look at the items that you can add to your menu, and if you see the little green arrows on the top right of the item, you will be able to enhance it. You will need to use ingredients to enhance or level up a dish, but once you do so, the taste will be enhanced and that will make your customers happier, and it looks like you get more money for that as well. If you follow these tips for your restaurant, that should help to get you started, and this can get incredibly complex. I have seen people on the Steam forums talking about all of the different staff members and posting their stats, and if you want to make this a mathematical equation, you probably can. But personally, I am happy with a mediocre restaurant and just enjoying this game very casually. I have it on my Steam Deck. I like to play it at night before bed, and I don't want to be stressed out about it. So that's my take on it, and if you want to take it to the next level, well, you certainly can. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, please smash that thumbs up. And also, if you made it this far, please write in the comments right now, Dave the Diver is a hottie. That way I'll know who made it all the way through the video or who fast forwarded through the video. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys being here, and consider subscribing if you like relaxing, casual, usually pretty cute and cozy games. And I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully you'll come back. Hopefully I didn't scare you away. Bye.